You are about to listen to the Exclusively Here with Diego Santoyo podcast. Hello, everyone. Here I am once again with another episode. Thank you for tuning into my podcast, Exclusively Here with Diego Santoyo. I hope everyone is well and ready for some of the latest news of the week. So let's dive right in and let me tell you guys what's been going on by starting off with some world news. So on Monday, October 10th, there was a suicide car bombing out in Afghanistan, mainly taking place in Helmand. The bombing killed 14 people and also 10 police officers. It appears that the explosion happened around 11:30 in the morning, and the death toll may even rise more. About 29 people were taken to a hospital, 15 which were just wounded. So definitely a really terrible thing that has happened there. It affected a lot of people, and I really hope these suicide car bombings stop. This is not the first time this has happened, and it just seems like these bombings are happening a little more now, and it's not okay. Lives are being taken away, and it's just a tragedy. Peace is needed, and it needs to show up soon for sure. Also on Monday, out in eastern China, four buildings collapsed, all within the same area, belonging together, and the death toll has been going up. About 22 people were killed. There were six people who were found alive and pulled out from the rubble. At the moment, authorities are investigating everything to find out what caused the buildings to collapse. It was being reported that the buildings were old and were not well kept. Also, as the years have gone on, more floors have been added, and it just looks like the structures weren't well enough anymore, leading to all four collapsing. So it just may be that the construction was not good, which this is a problem in China. Construction just not being good, not done as well as not done as well as it should be. So on Tuesday, October 11th, a 19-year-old student from Brunel University was arrested for waving around a chainsaw while dressed as a clown. Lately, this whole clown thing has been getting out of hand. There have been many clown sightings, and it's just getting ridiculous. It's creepy and just not cool. Apparently, this young man was on campus chasing people around, and it freaked a lot of people out. So, of course, it was reported. Uh, he is claiming that he did not intend to scare anyone or harm anyone. It was all done for a YouTube video. He said that he was just filming something with his friends, which he would be uploading to his channel. He also said that he made a mistake by not necessarily letting everyone know that it was being filmed for his channel. Therefore, people took it serious. Eventually, he did take it. He did take off the mask, the clown mask he was wearing, to let everyone know it wasn't anything serious. But by then, it was a little too late for that because people were already shaken up by it. So he was detained this week out in West London. Uh, I do not like this whole clown thing that has been blowing up lately. I mean, Halloween is approaching, so I guess these people are trying to get us in the Halloween spirit. But man, this has been too much. Those in on the prank can get seriously hurt because no one knows if you are just joking around or being serious. So if you participate in this clown situation, be warned that you might get knocked out by someone who might take you serious. So, on to something else. Out in the Philippines, three South Koreans were killed and found in a field this week by a farm worker. Apparently, they had been shot, and it just seems like they had been tortured. It seems like they were tied up with tape and also strangled. It was being reported that this is now the fourth homicide case this year in the Philippines, which has involved South Koreans, making it a total of six killed so far. An investigation for what has occurred is underway, and hopefully there are no more cases like these because it's really sad and no one deserves to go through something like that. It's a really tragic thing. All right, so last one here before I take a really short break. I think everyone is well aware that in order to start a family and make it grow, you want to try and have kids at somewhat of a young age. For women, I believe they are normally told that if you want to start a family, you shouldn't really wait to start it at 40 years old, but try doing it at a younger age because you have more of a chance to get pregnant and have a healthy child. So, starting one up in your 30s is probably better than starting it in your 40s, just because of the chances you'll have of getting pregnant and having a healthy child without complications. Although all of this is pretty true, it's being proven lately that women can definitely get pregnant whenever they want and have healthy children. Age doesn't really matter. The reason I say that is because a doctor out in northwestern Spain just gave just gave birth to a healthy baby girl this week. The thing is that Lena Alvarez is 62 years old. The child was delivered by C-section, and Lena did go through some fertility treatments to have more children. It was a controversial thing because some people did not agree with her having more children at the age that she's in. So this is now her third child, and she actually had her second child at the age of 52. Well, she's really happy to have had her little girl, and I can see how some people might not think that her having a child at 62 is such a great idea. I think it's her life, and if she can handle it and take care of herself, to be there for all her kids until they don't need her anymore, um, then that's that. I think the most important thing here is just that she gives them a great life and is a great mom to them so they can grow up and be happy. So if you're willing to give it a shot for all the right reasons because you still want a family, you can very well have one at just about any age. This woman did it, so it's possible. All right, so I end this segment with that, and we're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere as I will be back with more news. Hey everyone, just want to remind you guys that you guys are listening to Exclusively Here with Diego Santoyo. I hope you guys are enjoying my podcast so far. Exclusively Here with Diego Santoyo is made available to everyone by 12 a.m. or 6 a.m. every Friday, and you can find my podcast on my website, which is diegosantoyo.com. My podcast is also available on iTunes and on my YouTube channel. Thank you for listening. And we're back. I am excited to get into this next segment. So let's now dive into some pop culture and see what's been going on there this week. On Monday, October 10th, Shailene Woodley was arrested for criminal trespassing and engaging in a riot. At the time when the arrest was done, she was protesting the Dakota Access Pipeline. So she, along with others, were expressing their disagreement to having this oil pipeline constructed to run through North Dakota and South Dakota. She said it's all about protecting our water. She was arrested very early on in the afternoon, and 27 others joined her as they were arrested as well. Uh, Shailene did claim that the protest was not anything crazy or out of hand. Everything was okay, and she said that when the police asked them to leave, they did just that and left. You can watch it all go down as it was all recorded. I watched some of what was. I watched some of what was recorded, and the police did tell them to leave, and they didn't necessarily take off right away. There were a lot of people there. Shailene was scared at moments, being there as she would say in what I saw. There wasn't any violence, but for the police, there there was definitely a lot going on. All the shouting just makes it sound crazy. I think the protest was a great thing. They should have every right to do what they think is best. I wasn't there, but I was scared for everyone because the police had these crazy guns and just looked really scary. I was scared for Shailene when she was getting arrested. Every time you fight to protect something, it can be scary, but they were all brave for what they did, and it sucks that she was arrested at the end of it all. The good thing is that she was released from jail and she's good. Also on Monday, while some were getting arrested, Shia LaBeouf and Mia Goth were out getting married. The two got married in Las Vegas, so they definitely did not have a traditional wedding at all. They have been together since about 2012, and their wedding was actually officiated by Elvis, well, an impersonator. It looked like a pretty cool wedding and for sure one to remember, so good for them. Going traditional is great, but sometimes changing it up can be fun. And having a Vegas wedding, I mean, you'll never forget that one, especially if you divorce after a few hours. So the main thing here, though, is that they are not legally married. Apparently, there is no marriage license, but I mean, the ceremony happened, so there is a commitment going on for sure between the two. So, on to Kim Kardashian. Halloween is approaching, and some people were planning to dress up as Kim, but not just trying to look like her, but actually dress up as her from the day she was robbed. Someone actually created a costume which included a wig, white robe, sunglasses, ring, rope, and a gag. The costume was priced at $69.99. The costume is pretty much mocking what happened that day that she was robbed and tied up. So there were a lot of people just not okay with this costume. Many felt like it was a horrible thing that someone would create it and mock what happened to her. Because many disapproved of this being a costume, it was taken down this week from the site selling it. But before it was taken down, people actually did purchase the costume. But they won't be getting it because it was being reported that instead of getting the costume, they will just be getting their money back, so no one will wear the costume. The thing is that some people may just create it on their own and still dress up as her, mocking that moment that she was robbed and tied up. There are people that are not willing to spend a dime on costumes and instead they will create them on their own to save money. This site that was selling the costume has given people the opportunity to know what is needed in order to be her at that moment when everything was happening. It's not a hard costume to put together. You can easily go find the wig, robe, sunglasses, rope. I mean, every piece. So I wouldn't be surprised if someone goes out on Halloween night and dresses up as Kim Kardashian being tied up while she's getting robbed. Some people just don't hold back. Chloe was actually on Ellen this week on Tuesday, October 11th, and she gave everyone an update on Kim. She did say that she's not doing well. The family is sticking together to get through this, and they are pulling back a bit from everything, which is good. But it sounds like Kim is trying to just get through what she has experienced. Okay, so let's move on to Joe Jonas, who's quite the open book. This past Tuesday, he revealed the fact that he lost his virginity at the age of 20 to an Ashley. So it was very interesting because he didn't say exactly who that Ashley is because he didn't give out her last name. But I think everyone was able to figure out exactly who he was talking about, and it seems like he lost his virginity to Ashley Green. uh, he talked about the day that it happened and said that he actually didn't have any condoms and he had to take one from his roommate, leaving his room pretty messed up because he couldn't find them. And voices out the fact that you must be safe, which is good because if you don't want any kids, then make sure there's protection involved. Uh, it was very interesting though that he did reveal who he lost his virginity to because I think everyone at the end of the day figured out who he was talking about, and I wonder if Ashley was okay with him just letting everyone know that it was with her. So you never know, maybe she didn't want anyone to know, so she might be bothered about it or not, who knows. Okay, and this week a new couple was announced. Megan Trainor is dating Daryl Sabara, who we all know from Spy Kids. For a few weeks now, it was kind of out there that they were seeing each other, but it wasn't confirmed until now this week that they are indeed an item. I believe they're even out in Spain together right now because she Instagrammed a picture recently of the two holding hands with the caption stating "off to Spain." So they haven't officially announced that they are together, but it's there, and it seems like this week they opened up a little bit more about it, allowing us to confirm it ourselves. So the two seem to be very happy together, and they definitely have something special going on. Okay, so I'm going to end this episode off with Selena Gomez. Back in August, she had pretty much let everyone know that she was going to be taking a break from everything just to take care of herself and focus on some important things that need attention in her life. And recently, I guess she has checked into a facility out in Tennessee, which will help her learn how to deal with any health issues that she may be battling with. Uh, she is dealing with her lupus disease, and I think it's great that she's out getting help to be okay so she can be happy and enjoy life. I'm all for, getting professional help so you can try to better your life and live well. We all go through many things in life, and sometimes it's important to ask for help so you can be in a better place later on in the future. And with that, I leave you guys, and I thank you all for tuning into my podcast. Don't forget to catch a new episode next Friday. Get some of the latest exclusively here. I am your host, Diego Santoyo. Have a good one.